This is Mr. Schwieder's class for Social Studies, Grade 7. PowerPoints and what to do and what not to do when you're using PowerPoint in your presentation. So for a lot of years in Grade 7, I've seen PowerPoint presentations that are very wordy. And again, you've put your paper onto a PowerPoint, and you've put a picture somewhere, and there you go. You're reading this PowerPoint right to me, which is not the point of PowerPoint. I see what I just did there. The point of PowerPoint is to aid you in your presentation, not to replace your presentation. So there are many rules that we have. We're not going to go over a lot of them, but the very first one is 6 words max. So on this slide, there are only 6 words, but you get the point across. Now, with those 6 words, they should, again, be jot notes. They shouldn't be full sentences. If it is, it could be a definition of some sort. But 6 words on maximum is great for grade 7 because it gives you structure, and it gets you away from putting complete sentences on there. What's the main point that you're trying to put on? If you're going to put a lot of thes and ands in there, you're probably wasting your time and wasting your space. Put 6 words maximum on the slide. If you need to go over by 1 word, maybe 1 word would be okay, but 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, 15 words over, not acceptable. Pictures should be relevant. This bunny has nothing to do with relevant pictures, but it's cute, so I put it up there. But it's not adding to the presentation. And in fact, when I show it in the picture or in the presentation, it could distract a whole bunch of people. It could confuse people. Why is there a bunny up there? Oh my God, that bunny is so cute. Oh my God, where did you get that picture? It's giving itself a high five. Aww. But it takes away from my message. So why is it there? If it's not going to add to my message, don't add it to my PowerPoint. Now, hold back with the transitions and effects. While these transitions and effects seem cool at the time, they're very, very distracting. And again, they take away from your PowerPoint presentation. They take away from your message, and they just show us that, oh my God, you can right-click and put transitions in there, which if it helps, if you want to hold back some information, then absolutely use it. But if you're just putting transitions in there just to see transitions, it may be a little bit of overkill. Without you, this PowerPoint is helpless. I say useless, but I didn't want to put it up there in words. Now, this PowerPoint, if I show you a good PowerPoint, which I will later on, this PowerPoint is not very helpful at all without you explaining what those words and expanding on the initial points on the PowerPoint. So remember, without you, the PowerPoint shouldn't make a lot of sense. If you have a teacher that's asking you to put all of your words up there, if they want to put up a poster, put them in the notes instead of on the screen. It just makes it a cleaner, better look, and that way you don't have to read right off your screen. Again, reading off the screen is not a presentation. I can read. I'm an educated individual. I don't need you to read for me. If it's up there and you're talking about something else and I'm busy reading, I'm not listening to your message again, which goes back to why we only have 6 words for this slide. It gets right to the point. It gets right to there's no beating around the bush. There's no rambling on. There's no me reading paragraphs while you talk about something else. So, quite possibly the world's worst PowerPoint presentation ever. These are examples followed by brief screens. I'm going to go over these brief screens briefly, and um, you can pause them and read them further detail if you would like. They go over some of the points that I've made as well. So, watch the slideshow, gaze at the horrible examples of bad slide design and presentation, read the hints and tips slides that follow the examples to avoid making similar mistakes. Very first one, Chilean exports, blah, 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 blah. As you can see, this one has way too many words. The font is much too small. Don't put large blocks of talks in your presentation. The 6x6 rule goes for later on in high school. You can have 6 bullets with 6 words each. For grade 7, 6 words maximum per slide. Use a large font, at least 30 points or more, and I say usually roughly less than 15, 20 slides. Um, color color choice is extremely important, and you guys get very excited with this, especially with pictures as well. Pictures on a background when you can't read those pictures. Avoid loud, garish colors. Dark text on light background is best. Avoid text colors that fade into background, i.e. blue and black. Avoid colorblind combinations, red and green, blue and yellow, because if people are colorblind, they won't be able to read it. It just looks like one solid color. Um, with the pictures, if you put a picture up there and there's a lot of different colors within that picture, it's very tough to get the text that you put over top of it. It's very tough to see it as an audience member, so be careful about that. Buying a new suit, oh my God, so many things happening here. That's not a good thing. Overwhelming pictures. Use pictures, but don't let them use you. Keep slides simple. 1 or 2 pictures per slide is usually enough. Too many pictures also make saving the presentation difficult, and it's where things go wrong. 1 to 2 pictures per slide, 6 words maximum. Again, there's so many different things that you can use here. Oh, look at all this fun stuff. Oh, wow. Woo! Stop it. It's a pain. Don't use many slide animations. Keep slides simple. Apply one slide transition style, one animation scheme to all of your slides, the whole presentation. Don't change between styles. A single style makes a presentation look unified if you're going to use one. File not found. If you put a file on there, you best have a backup, because often, or you best have a way to get around that, because often if you put a music file on there, Murphy's Law states that the worst something will go wrong if you need it to be there. Talk to your audience, don't talk at them, and then don't read at them. Don't talk to the slides. So look at your audience. Avoid time or leave time for your Q&A. Avoid apologizing for presentation shortcomings. Just move on. Don't sit there. Oh, I'm so sorry. 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 Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so frustrated. Just move on. Who cares? Nobody cares. You know what you wanted to say. Say it. Check your grammar. Don't make too many slides. They're saying avoid the slide rush, because you have 10 minutes to present and you've tried to present 78 slides. Cite your sources on each slide or at the end of your presentation, and remember, keep it simple. You're where the information comes from, not PowerPoint. Now, an example of a very good slide is this one here, the American Revolution. 3 words. It's got 2 pictures. One talks about it and it has words on the picture, which is okay. However, he's not going to, or she's not going, the presenter is not going to stand there and read the Declaration of Independence to you. When we go to the next one, French and Indian War, 7 Years War, fantastic. And then it's got a map talking about ceded and ceded. Now you can go through and talk about all of this. King George III, what is the presenter going to talk about? Because this picture and King George III doesn't tell a story, but it's a great prompt and reminds the presenter what they wanted to talk about next. George Grenville gives a couple: Sugar Act, Stamp Ice Crisis, Townsend Act, and it expands this Boston Massacre, March 5th, 1770. And you can see, you can use the pictures as a presentation tool. You can add it in there while you talk about what the Boston Massacre was. As we continue on, sometimes there's a lot of words on these things, and to me it feels like overkill, these ones here. But if you're going to briefly go over them, then yes, you don't want to put a full slide to them. But this is an example of a very good PowerPoint presentation. If you guys did this, I'd be quite happy with it. Again, 1 to 2 pictures a slide, maybe 3 sometimes, but not really, and 6 words per slide. I hope that helps.